Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Lucas Whaley, and I'm here today with you to discuss my findings on which university would be the better choice to attend. The goal of this assignment was to research and analyze which institute has a better and more efficient MBA program for the students to attend to. At the end of my MBA analysis of 3 schools, it was clear that St. Peter's University was the clear choice, and I will go into more detail as to why. I chose 3 universities I believe are very good and are regarded highly of their MBA program. The first school I chose was USC, University of Southern California, which has always been known for being a top-ranked university. It sits in the heart of Los Angeles. The next school I chose was SDSU, San Diego State University. SDSU has an impressive track record and has always been the leading public research institutes. The final school I chose was St. Peter's University. I chose St. Peter's University because even though it's a small private university, it has a lot of history and been around since 1872. To decide which school is the best and more efficient one to attend, I have created 4 criteria category for all 3 schools. The first criteria is cost, where I looked at which of the 3 schools is cheaper to attend their MBA program. The school with the lowest price of admission will win this point. The second criteria is caliber, where I would compare how well known the school is according to Forbes and US News. I will also look at the salary income for MBA graduates from each school. The school with the highest salary income and highest ranking will be the winner of this point. The third criteria was accessibility, where I simply compared the acceptance rates at each university and gave the point to the school with the highest acceptance rate. The last criteria I analyzed was convenience. I looked at how quick you could attain your MBA from each university. So for the first criteria, cost, right here on the left, I compared the cost of admission for their MBA program. As you see, USC costs about $65,000 a year to attend their MBA program, which was the highest out of these 3 schools. SDSU came at $30,000 a year, and St. Peter's came at $22,000 a year, roughly. It was clear that the winner of this criteria was St. Peter's because it had the lowest price of admission for the MBA program. The second criteria was caliber. As you can see, these 2 bar charts right here. So for caliber, I looked at not only the rankings according to Forbes and US News of each school, but I also looked at the average salary earnings for each MBA graduate from that school. So to begin with the rankings, you can see that USC was ranked about 21 according to Forbes. SDSU came at about 26 according to Forbes, and St. Peter's was unfortunately at 86. So St. Peter's did not have a chance on that category. But then on the average salary earnings on the bottom right here, we see that USC MBA graduates earn about $137,000 a year. SDSU MBA graduates earn about $70,000 a year. And St. Peter's University MBA graduates earn about $50,000 a year. It was clear from these 2 bar charts that USC was the clear winner. They have the highest ranking according to Forbes, and the graduates earn a lot more than these 2 other schools. The third criteria was accessibility. Right here on the pie chart. For accessibility, I looked at the MBA acceptance rate for each university. So it's a little hard to see because there's no numbers, but you can see that USC in blue has the lowest acceptance rate at 33% about. SDSU came at second at about 66% acceptance rate to their MBA program. And St. Peter's University came in first at about 77 to 80% for their acceptance rate to their MBA program. In this criteria, St. Peter's clearly won, and they currently have 2 points, while USC has that caliber point. Now we go to the fourth criteria, which is convenience. For convenience, as you can see on this bar chart right here, I looked at and compared how quickly you can obtain your MBA from that university. So we start with USC. USC, you could obtain your MBA in about 12 to 15 months, about 12 months or so. It's a very accelerated program, and they offer online classes, unlike the other two schools which do not. SDSU takes around 17 to 19 months to obtain their MBA. And St. Peter's came out about the same as SDSU. The only bad thing about St. Peter's is they don't offer all of the classes online like USC. So for this criteria, USC was the clear winner, and they also have 2 criteria points. So to summarize, the first criteria cost, St. Peter's won, so they have 1 criteria point. The second criteria was caliber. Right here, USC dominated that criteria with being ranked so high and earning much more than the other schools. The third criteria was accessibility. How likely are the students going to be able to be accepted into that MBA program? And St. Peter's won that category, so they have 2 points. And then the final one, convenience. How quickly can you obtain your MBA at each university? USC won that criteria, making them tied with St. Peter's. My final recommendation is to have students attend St. Peter's University. The reason for that is St. Peter's offers the lowest price at about $22,000 a year, and you are much more likely to get accepted into that program. The USC does have an impressive track record with them being ranked so high and the MBA graduates earning so much, but I do feel like USC is much harder to get in, and it just costs way too much. So, thank you.